Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
This might hurt a bit.
Ready.
I'm already doing it.
Welcome to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Relax. So I took a day off. I'll be back. It's not a big deal. I'm getting old. I'm past my prime. I need a couple days off here and there.
Broadcasting from a bricked-in parking garage near the flight path of a major American airport. It's time to turn out the propaganda and manipulate some minds. Now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Lummy standing by from Phoenix here. I don't think that he cares. You know, he lives in Phoenix because he's pretty much a badass. He can defend himself. So
I think it's on his Instagram, too.
If you're stupid enough to go up to his door and try to, like, ding-dong ditch him, he'll probably end up kicking your ass at the end of the day. We've actually become pretty close to the point where we're going to do this little thing together. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Mandrich via Zoom. Tony, how are you, my friend?
Good, man. Good. How are you?
Doing good. How things for you in Phoenix? I know that you had a big out-of-town photo shoot that you sent me some like still lapse photography. That guy looked like a pretty badass, whoever that guy was.
Guy is a badass. His name is Ray Love, and 92-year-old Green Beret, Army veteran, Vietnam War veteran, Korean War veteran. Just an unbelievable story. So I did a photo shoot and going to do some compositing with it, make some really cool shots. And then his daughter did a 2-hour interview video that I videoed with him about his whole kind of really his life story. It's absolutely stunning. I mean, it's at the end. I mean, even at the end, it's kind of like, damn, I mean, what these guys went through is incredible.
And it makes us really look how soft we are. I mean, we are so soft.
I used to call us soft. I don't call us soft anymore. We're a bunch of pussies.
We even, hold on, even our generation, because you and I are the same age, pretty much within like a year or so. So even our dads would tell us that we were soft compared to the stuff they went through. But man, we are badasses compared to today's generation, right? At least we pushed lawnmowers and threw rocks at each other and had BB gun fights and all that kind of stuff, right?
Well, yeah, and you would get in fist fights to settle something.
Right. Be like, hey, Tony, bitch, meet me at the ball field at tomorrow at 5, and we're going to...
It was the bike rack or the flagpole after school.
I bet you never got any... Were you always real big?
I was always the kid in the school picture in the back row in the middle.
Right. But when did you start train? Like, when did you first get introduced to weights? Because I didn't get introduced to weights. Like, our weights wasn't even a thing. Like when I was in 6th or 7th or 8th grade, not till like we were juniors did we start lifting weights.
I started lifting weights after watching Pumping Iron and Rocky.
Nice.
In mid to late 70s.
So you got an early jump on it.
10, 11 years old, but then. You know, my brother was like, you got to chill with stuff. He's like, more, just do more push-ups and stuff. He's like, you're 11 years old. You're still growing. He's like, you don't want to stunt your growth. And
well, John was just afraid you were going to get bigger than him and kick his ass. That's
probably. I never could kick his ass, though.
Weren't you physically bigger than your brother? God bless his soul. But he had that. You know, when you were growing up with your older brother and he kicked your ass for so many years that he just has that kick-ass gene instilled into your brain that even though you're bigger, stronger, faster, he's still meaner and he's got you mentally screwed up.
He is always your bigger brother, no matter what.
How badass was he at Kent State, John?
He was a badass. I'll tell you what, he was one of the most credible people that I've ever met in my life, and I've met a lot of people, and there's a short list of people that I think are just different level. And he was one of those people, and he wasn't maybe blessed with the highest athletic ability, but he made the best of what he had, and he played pro 11 years in the Canadian Football League, and came out of Canada as to get out of Canada. And to get a scholarship to an American school back in the late 70s.
Yeah, you had to be really good because nobody really recruited up there. So in order to be recruited, you had to be really good to be able to be even found up in that big Northland of snow.
The Great White North.
Do you miss? Do you miss your country?
I miss the old Canada.
Right. Before numbnuts Trudeau took it over.
Numbnuts, yeah. Numbnuts is an understatement for that guy.
Man, if he's so hated, why do people keep voting him in?
They don't. It's 2/3. It's 2/3.
Is it the parliament?
The parliament or whatever it is.
And then they can call a vote. Like the party in charge can call a national vote when things are going well, which obviously will favor them because, momentum's on their side. It's very interesting. It's, in my opinion, they're still run by the monarchy in England.
I think so too.
Yeah. But everybody's worried about, the whole colonialism being such a patriarchy, but the matriarchy lasted for 70-something years with the Queen.
Yeah, true. I'm glad she's gone.
And then, of course, Anna runs that show. So it's like, it's a matriarchy.
Don't say that. He's going to hit me now.
Tony Mandrich on the phone. Tony and I have been. So let me just tell you, I'm a huge Packer fan. I think Tony, through our talks, can tell how good of I'm really a Packer fan. I'm a Packer fan to the point where I can say I went to a ball game at Milwaukee County Stadium. I probably know players that Tony doesn't know. I bet you Tony doesn't know who MacArthur Lane is. Do you know who MacArthur Lane was? No, he was the fullback that for John Brockington in 1972 for Dan Devine.
No, the thing I remember in 1972 was the Canada-Russia hockey series.
There you go. Meanwhile, if you're a Packer, you're a man that wore the uniform for 3 or 4 years, and you don't even know anything about the 72 Packers. The 72 Packers were the first year that they went back to the playoffs after Vince left. They had they sucked. They were horrible. And then they bring this guy named Dan Devine in, and they have one good year from an Ohio State running back named was John Brockington. And then they got a guy named MacArthur Lane, and the Packers made it back to the playoffs, but they got beat in the first round by Washington. And they thought, oh man, we're going to turn it around. And then Dan Devine went 4-10 the next year. And did you ever hear about this is how fanatic Green Bay fans are, which you called the town a village one time. They almost killed you.
I was a village idiot.
Yeah, you are. So did you ever hear about the time that they killed Dan Devine's dog?
No.
Yeah, so Dan Devine's the head coach of the Packers, circa 73. They're sucking. They're not doing good. And, in Green Bay, that's all they got. It's the Packers. They ain't got nothing else. Ain't nothing.
Right. That and paper mills.
Right, exactly. And sturgeon, fish, and shanties.
Right.
Yeah, and fish fries. And so Dan Devine's not having a good year. Somebody in the neighborhood killed his dog, and's like, listen, you need to get out of town or something like that. That's how crazy it is up there.
Right. Yeah. There's actually, I don't know if you know this. Somebody killed my dog.
In Green Bay?
Green Bay shot him. Yeah.
No, yeah. I did not, because they didn't like you, or because he was trying to bite somebody, or.
So I lived out in the country, and it was a great German Shepherd, and I let him out, and he would just go, roaming around.
Sure.
Well, it was right when deer season started with rifle, and I know who did it.
Like a neighbor.
I've got his name on a short list. And
man, that guy needs to really watch out when you're on Tony Mandridge's short list. This guy can snap at any time.
Well, I always say that the worst thing that could happen to that guy is that I get diagnosed with a terminal disease.
Right. Say, hey, Tony, you know what? You only got 3 weeks to live. You'll be calling me up saying, Bubba, can you go to Green Bay with me this weekend? I need an alibi.
No, he had said he said that I was scaring deer off from where he was hunting, because he lived close to me.
Right.
And that's why he shot my dog.
Now, is this the first time you've ever told that story?
I think I've told it once before, but it's probably been over a couple decades.
Oh my God. And you know how us people that love our dogs and our animals, I know you have a big Newfoundland, don't you?
What's that?
Your dog now is a Newfoundland, isn't he?
He's the best.
And he's your world. That's your. If you were walking out in the street and somebody was to mess with you go to jail and pummel that guy if they mess with your dog. Tony, how did you cope? How did you cope knowing that this guy shot your dog, and like, how did you? You were already jacked up on everything underneath the sun and messed up.
Well, yeah, but I'm jacked up on the wrong stuff. I'm jacked up on the mellow stuff.
No. At that time, you were jacked up on the mellow stuff?
Yeah, that was in Green Bay, my second last year. It was my last year in Green Bay in '92. And, I was jacked up on opiates. So I was on downers.
Right.
So it wasn't. If I was jacked up on the other stuff, I probably would have right then and there.
If you would have been
involved, everything. Cops got involved. I don't want to say that.
Sorry, that was just a reaction.
I got it.
Sorry.
But he screwed himself when he, when he said, the dog. He didn't admit to killing the dog or shooting the dog, but when he said the dog was, chasing deer out from where I was hunting. It's kind of like self-incrimination, and I know what the guy was like. He was kind of like a neighbor, but we lived in a rural area,
right?
And
he was kind of like, what you're trying to say is he was kind of a little short prick dick, one of those guys.
Times 10, yeah.
Yeah, might even like the Bears, maybe even.
Oh God.
No, he was probably a Packer fan, but
So how did you cope? Like, what did you do?
Well, I told him, I said, I told him that I wouldn't forget. And
you won't.
And I didn't.
Wow. Anyway, the announcement we have is not about Tony killing some man in about 15 years in Green Bay. That's not what we're talking about. But it is
I would never do something like that.
I know you would not, buddy. You'd have an alibi. You'd be with me down here in Tampa, of course.
Absolutely.
So anyway, after I had Tony on, I asked Lummy, I said, Lummy, can you ask Tony if I can have his number? Because he was just like, he's just a regular dude, and I don't want to say I'm a huge fan of any Packer. But the Packers that I've had on over the years, I haven't really gelled. I did with Magic Man was kind of cool, but he was kind of freaked out about being like, he doesn't want to be on the air very much. The Magic Man.
We said 27 surgeries.
Yeah. So all he wanted to do was promote his cameo, and so which is good. And
by the way, I have a cameo if anybody wants.
Do you?
Yeah, he does.
Good. Go get a cameo from Tony Mandridge. Now, Tony, will you wear like if it was a Colts fan, he's like, hey, I want you to be Colts centric, or if it was a Packer fan, can they guide you in that way?
Absolutely, any request they want, and obviously there's been more than a dozen requests I've turned down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because it's like some of the stuff is just like a little bit over the top.
Oh yeah, like they want you to, yeah, right.
They want me to wear and they want me to say stuff that is like, not like super bad, but it's just, it's
not worth it being out there. And then somebody come back and said, hey, Tony, you said this. Next thing you know, you're canceled.
Right. You're right. I mean, you got to pay me more money than that I'm charging.
Right. Please. Tony is getting a lot of money for autographs nowadays. Please. I mean, but Tony, you probably still do some like the autograph signings where they take you into a hotel room and you sign like 300, Michigan State number 79 jerseys, right?
I just did one. Well, I shouldn't say just, but it was like last year before the Super Bowl.
You were 77 in Michigan State, 79 in Green Bay.
No. 79 at Michigan State, 77 in Green Bay, 79 in Indy.
Right. Now, what were you in high school?
74 at Kent Roosevelt High School.
So Tony and I start talking. We've been on the phone, 2 or 3 times. We have a lot in common, and so I had this idea. And Lummy, you're big on, and Rhett's big on, sports podcasting and things like that. And I said, Lummy, and you're a big Bucks fan, Lummy. I go, Lummy, is there any podcast that has like maybe a radio guy that's pretty good at interviewing, and then like a former Buccaneer that interviews former Buccaneers? And you're like, no, I've never heard of that. And so I did some searching around, and I went within the Packer niche, and I'm like, Packers, there's like probably 15, 20 decent podcasts, and the best podcast within the Packer world is the one that's actually sanctioned by the Packers, and it does pretty well. And so I get a hold of Tony. I go, hey, Tony, you have a direct pipeline to these former players, especially in the era that you played for Green Bay. But it's also hard for a former player to tell another former player, no, it's kind of like an underwritten code where you're part of the club. So I'm like, let's do a podcast called Past Packers Podcast, and it'll be me, you, and then a past Packers. And so we got to talking back and forth, and Tony got us made a little logo we're gonna have,
Oh, nice.
and then on my screen behind me, I'm gonna have that logo intermittent with the Packers logo, intermittent with maybe our guest. And we're going to start doing a podcast. We're going to drop them on Thursdays at noon. We're going to tape them Monday, Tuesdays, or Wednesdays. And our first one, I think, is next week, right, Tony?
Correct.
And guess who Tony lined up, Lamy?
Ooh.
Sterling Sharp.
Oh, nice.
I mean, not only is that, that's a good get by Skip Bayless's. Like that's that guy's a stud.
Yes.
And he doesn't do a lot of interviews. Like he doesn't do a lot of interviews.
And Sterling, even before the talking about the podcast and stuff. I mean, Sterling is one of my favorite teammates that I ever played with at any level of football. Just a great guy, always worked hard. And you know what? We all know that I was not on a winning streak in Green Bay. And Sterling was one of those guys that was like just a solid guy that was always there and was always kind of like, I don't want to say he looked out for me, but he really look, it's easy to kick people when you're down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like, but you remember the people that pick you up.
And I'm not going to mention the one particular guy. So, Lummy, we've been going through some names, right?
Yeah?
Me and Tony, we're going through some names. I'm like, hey, how about John Jerkovic, or how about Tim Harris or Chuck Cecil or Mark Brady? And Tony's like, oh yeah, man, whatever, I can get them. They're my boy, And then he goes, there's only, and I'm not mentioning Tony out of respect. I'm not going to mention the name, but there's one name that damn near triggers him. Like it almost triggers him, and you mention this name, and he's like, oh, that guy. I will kick his ass. No way are we having him on the air. So there's only one guy that's on the no-fly zone in the Tony Mandarin's camp. Other than that, man, from MacArthur Lane to Mason Crosby, and by the way, to Coach Gruden, I got my Coach Gruden connect today, and I think we can have Coach Gruden on.
When you guys were mentioning like the best Michigan State players, I said Andre Rison. Andre Rison was actually in the same draft as Tony and played on the Packers in '96
when they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Was he a
Andre
good guy?
Rison was like one of the best. I mean, he's in the top, for me, one of the top 10 best athletes I've ever been around.
Could you call Andre? And could we get that one, you think?
We could get Andre.
Dion might be able to get us Andre.
Oh yeah.
See, we're going to have to network a little bit here.
I think I can get Andre without Dion.
Now, being a former player, Dion. I did talk to Dion.
Dion's one of the top 2 best ever athletes.
Oh yeah. Bo Jackson or Deion Sanders, as far as I think.
Yeah, and I didn't play. I didn't play when Bo was like. I think Bo had already retired because he was hurt. But Deion was just. I don't even know how to describe it. It was a different level. It was like Reggie White was a different level. But as far as like just grace and athletic ability, and like the guy glided across the field, and the guys, look at what he's done with his life and his whole career. It's just
I know.
The guy keeps just grinding. It's awesome.
And I think he's going to absolutely kill it at Colorado. I really do. I mean, the program's so downtrodden. There's nothing but up, and half of football is just getting the guys to believe into your system. That's half of it.
Yeah. And look, Dion is our generation.
Yeah, he's same age.
Old school, man.
Did you hear what he did? So they were at the championship game for the HBC. What's it called?
HBSU.
Yeah, so he was in the championship game, and he's got this policy, Dion is, that if I call a 9:00 meeting, you better be there by. It's like Vince Lombardi stuff. It's you better be there at 9:50, and 9:55 is considered late, right? Even though a 10:00 meeting. So his son was the start. Shador was the. Not Shador, Shiloh. Shiloh was the starting cornerback, and he came in at 9:56. This is the championship game, and Dion said, you might as well take your butt on out of here because you're not only not starting, you're not playing the entire game. And that was his son. I got mad love for that.
Well, listen, and his son should know better than anybody.
Yeah. Oh no.
Which that's like, I mean, it's kind of like when we held meetings. If we had a 9 o'clock meeting, it really meant like George Perlis or Nick Saban or like that meant be there at 8:45.
Right.
I mean, it was
even being, but even All Pro Willie, Big Ten All American World, even Tony Mandrich, big swinging D. You didn't roll in at 9:55, did you?
No, I knew better.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it was you just don't do it. There's certain things that you just,
Now, were the softball girls at Michigan State, like we were looking at this softball girl earlier, and boy, the softball girls in college have really changed. Back in the day, they were a little, linebacker-ish. Now they're pretty damn hot. I mean, how are the Michigan State softball team back when Tony Mandrich was rolling up and down as a Spartan?
I was so focused on football, I didn't have time for stuff like that.
Oh, you were killing it. You were slaying it. You were doing two-a-days. We're doing two-a-days, and I ain't talking about hitting a sled, bitch. Don't even lie. I'm telling you that right now.
We had a great softball team. We had a great field hockey team.
But at one time, Tony, and when you were your senior year and you were on Sports Illustrated and you were you were one of the most, were you literally walk around campus and people just freak out that you were like, just oh my God, there's Tony Mandrich?
I mean, there may have, I do remember some instances like that, but within a minute of like stopping and talking and we're BSing with the person, like whether it was a guy, it was usually a guy, but it was a guy or a girl, they were kind of like, the guy's just a regular. I mean,
they're disappointed that you didn't rock star him.
Right.
I want this guy to be way more of a dick. This guy's a regular farmer from Canada.
And listen, I don't, I was so focused. I think I know that I was so focused in college that it came across as being a dick to people. But I was like, you know what? I don't have time for distraction.
Right.
You gotta go to school, and I'm here for a purpose, and part of that purpose, or 50% of that purpose was to, make it to the next level.
And you did, my friend. So anyway, listen, Lummy, this is going to be, I've searched almost every team and I cannot find a former player, a radio guy, and that's doing a podcast about former players. And nope. Tony and I are going to start it. And our first one will be next Thursday. We'll drop it. We'll probably drop it in my world, and where I have it's going to have its own presence too, Lummy. But at first, we're going to put it on my world too to get a bunch of traction.
Nice.
And then put it over on its own world. And our first guest, and we'll find out what day we tape him, is going to be Sterling Sharp. And great get on that, Tony. And I'm so excited for.
He's awesome.
And you know what? Talk about, before I let you go, one of the biggest injustices is him not being in the Hall of Fame. Now, he's got a couple more years to make it in the senior deal. I think he makes it next year. He was a finalist this year.
It's a shame. And you look at his numbers and everything, and taking all things into consideration, it's a shame. It really is a shame to treat a player like that. And he did nothing wrong. He was,
nope.
And I do know that they look at off the field behavior.
He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything off the field that was like detrimental to the league or anything.
No.
Obviously I did.
Yeah. You were a complete F up.
Right. And it's like, but it's like it's such a joke, in my opinion, that he's not.
One of the most touching things ever is when his brother Shannon was inducted, and he said, the bad thing about it is I'm not even the most talented football player in the fame. I'm almost made me cry like a little bitch.
I know.
When's the last time Tony Mandrich cried?
It was during that interview that we did this last weekend.
Oh, with that general?
With that veteran.
You cried?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was about.
I can't even call you a little bitch. I'd be afraid to get in trouble.
You know what? It was about him describing the state of this country.
Yeah.
And he wasn't being. He was being authentic, and he was being like. And it wasn't about him. Like, he wasn't even making it about him. He was like about his, all of his boys and stuff, and all the stuff they went through, and all the people he saw with half their faces blown off,
fighting for this country that's became
for this country,
for what it's become,
and then he's gotten to see what it's become, and the disappointment in his face and his voice, I was just like, I was like grinding my teeth not to cry.
Don't you wish, though, like a Fox or a CNN, obviously, don't you wish that somebody would put a guy like that on and let him tell a story?
Well, I think you know who has, and I'm gonna give kudos and a promo to this guy. I've never met this guy, but I watch his podcast all the time, and it's a guy named Sean Ryan. It's the Sean Ryan show.
I know who that is. Was he an ex-Navy SEAL?
Ex-Navy SEAL?
Yeah, I know.
I'll tell you what, his guests are absolutely off the charts. He just had about 2 months ago, he had a World War II vet, a guy that was actually on Iwo Jima.
Right.
Who was a flamethrower. That's like and he has long form podcasts, and it was absolutely like incredible. Like the stories that guy told. And then again, what that guy described as America and what he's seen and what he fought for made me go, what have we done? Or what have we not done? What has our generation not done, or, to let it get this far?
I don't think, I don't even know where you begin to put your thumb on what we've all done wrong, other than the two-party system. And I don't know if it's fixable.
I think it's fixable one of two ways. You get there's either going to be a civil war.
Yep.
Which may be necessary, which I'm okay with.
Can I be on your team, please?
Yeah, I mean,
right.
I don't want that.
I'll fly out there, or you can fly over there, whatever team I need to be on. But I got some guns, and you got some size, so I think we'll be okay. Lummy, you're on my team too.
Perfect.
You Buck.
And me.
I don't care what team you're on, but
Why? I want to be on your team.
You're a little mouthy for our team, okay?
No, I'm your hype girl.
We'll send you out there to mouth it up, and maybe you'll take a lick, and then we'll come in from behind.
Hey! What a jerk.
Send her out there. See what
Send the mouthy bitch out there. Yeah, it could be taken out of context in today's world. We could be fighting some.
It's either gonna. You know what? It's disturbing. It's disturbing. It's and you know what? I'm let down. Look, when I was a kid in Canada is like America Light, right?
Right.
So it's like the dream, even as a Canadian, and we had great life, and it was like more or less a democracy. But it's like the dream was to make it. I wouldn't know what I was.
You'd probably be paying maybe a female shot putter or something. I don't know. It might be on some hormonal type of deal, and be a female shot putter, which you'd win. You'd win the world finals on the deal. Please, God.
Hey, I could make a comeback as a power lifter, and
just cut your wiener right. You don't even got to cut your wiener off. You just tuck it. Just tuck your wiener, and ladies and gentlemen, Tanya Mandrich is now clean and jerking 585 pounds on the snatch. No pun intended. Tanya Mandrich.
What kind of a weightlifting place puts clean and jerk and snatch in the same person?
Yeah. And who wants to snatch? That's the hard. Which lift is when you got to go right from the ground over your head? Is that the snatch?
I don't know, but it's hard.
Oh, I know. Now, see,
clean and jerk. I think isn't that the clean and jerk?
The clean and jerk is where you go and then you just
over
shovel
your shoulders
right here.
Okay.
And then I think you push it back up. Whereas the snatch
is that the snatch?
I
guess it is.
I think the snatch is when you get that real wide deal.
Yeah.
And then you just bring it right on up there like that.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, you have to take it from the bottom to all the way above your head.
Yeah, I could
motion.
I could maybe do 85 pounds on the snatch right now.
Listen, the snatch used to be a gender.
Yeah, now we turn. I think we're going to end it with that, Tony. I can't wait. Hey, so listen, I got all of I'm going to Zoom class on Monday here at work, and how to implement the logo and behind me and send all the links and everything. And so we'll do Sterling on whatever day you decides, and then we'll drop it at noon on Thursday, our very first Past Packers podcast, hosted by should I say Tony and Bubba and Tony? How we doing?
B is before T. The last time I checked, unless they've changed the alphabet.
I like Tony, but I like Tony and Bubba better. Did you see that left
I'm
side
looking
biflex?
for a job.
It's a lot bigger
okay?
than Macho's.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
So, Tony,
Don't hurt his
I could go
feelings.
by my real name, Todd, the Todd and Tony Show. I could
Todd
go
and
by,
Tone.
Yeah, Todd and Tony Show.
Hey, listen, I've seen Anna's arms on
Yes.
some shows that I've watched when
Yeah.
she's like done her fake yawn double bicep
Right.
back,
Yeah.
and she knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, damn, her arms are bigger than the guy that is
Oh,
behind
don't say that. Now he's gonna hit me.
He's already he's
Macho, is it
messaging
Macho?
me. He's messaging me and says, "Let him know that I got 18.5 here
On which side?
on his biceps."
Oh, Macho
his right
Man.
one. His right one.
Five. I was born with 18.5 arms.
Yeah. Tony says 18.5 was fifth grade. Hey,
At
Tony.
least my right one was.
Now, do you have a dominant side? Like, do you have a dominant side as far as size?
No,
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
right-handed.
Right-handed. Right.
Yeah.
Now, did you prefer when the Packers moved you down to guard for that 1 year? Was it easier? Was guard easier?
It was not playing. No position's easy, but
Well,
it
I
was,
know that.
It was definitely easier. It's you're in a box, right? You're fighting in a phone booth when you're guard,
Right.
because you have a guy on either side. When you're a tackle, you're on an island, and when you're in a tackle on an island with Reggie White or
And you got
Lawrence-
that 92 brother looking at you, snorting like a bull, who doesn't lift one weight but is stronger than all you combined.
and it's still stronger.
Yeah, right. And
Your ass.
yeah. Now, did he ever go, good job, 77? Like, did he ever, like, if you ever got a good one in on him?
I told you the story where he said God had nothing to do with it when I said the GD.
Right.
comment.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That
what.
was
That'll
that was
get people
funny. 'Cause
hyped.
My boys
Oh,
back.
Bubba.
I was walking back to the huddle, and my boys were laughing at
No.
me during the game. They were like, "Dude, he just manhandled you like on the play, and then after the he told you to basically shut up."
Yeah, he basically made you his bitch.
Speaking
You're
of
like,
shutting
yeah,
up,
yeah.
Lummy, did you have a comment?
Bubba,
Yeah.
I've been instructed to give you the 35-minute warning.
Okay, buddy. Thank you.
Papa.
It's
I'm
only
gonna
10:09.
I'm gonna wrap it up with
Jeez.
Tony. I'm gonna wrap it up with
I
Tony.
mean, I love the stories. I'd love to sit here.
No, you don't. You're calling the kibosh on the story.
No, I'm sorry. That I'm instructed, or I will get in trouble. Sorry, Tony.
Yeah, 35 minutes, Tony.
It's all right, Lummy.
my people, my workers, my little
I
busy-
I just want Anna to know that I do watch her show. I don't watch Lummy's though.
No, let me.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Tony. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And
Because I was, you know what, we talked about having, the coaches and doing everything your boss says. I follow, instructions.
hey, that might be the drop of the day, Lummy. I watched the Honest Show,
Yeah.
but not Lummy, from Tony Mandrich.
Thanks, Tony.
That makes you look like a real bitch, Lummy.
That's
I know.
awesome.
I was a big fan. Now,
Bubba.
And Lummy, I'll tell you to keep being a big fan too, bitch. You cannot not like Tony Mandrich. That's my boy. I'm telling you.
course.
Anyway, our
You know
partner-
I'm messing with you, Lummy.
I love you.
Yeah,
Do
he
you
doesn't
know?
watch
Do you know
mine either.
Lummy's sick? Like, do you know Lummy's 6'6"? Do you know that?
Yeah, you told me. 6'6", like 190.
No, 6'6", 330, but soft as hell.
Soft.
Is he-
Soft.
Soft.
Yeah, I'm soft.
And you are coming to BARP, Tony, right?
Yeah, Tony, are you going to come to BARP?
January 12th to 14th ish.
January-
13th.
It's the Super Bowl of our show.
You got to come for it.
And it's where all the fans come, and you can stay with me, and it's a 3-day deal, and you can stay with me. So I'll do all your arrangements. So it's January 12th to the 14th.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So
So,
I'll talk.
so it's during the playoffs.
It's the first round of. It's the first.
11 through the 13th.
It's the first round of the
Okay.
wild card playoffs.
Yeah, January is a good year for me. Yeah.
year.
Good year.
Yeah.
Nice.
How
I
many
mean,
times-
like the
how many
January is a
con-
good month.
How many
Sorry.
concussions have you had there, buddy?
I don't know, Frank, but I'm
CTE
counting
in full
still.
effect.
Okay, James Campion. Good talking to you, buddy. all
Hey,
right,
listen,
Tony.
that's a
All right,
compliment.
Tony Moran.
You could have
I
called
got
me
you.
that one guy's name.
I did just now, Tony Moran. Hey, I can't wait to record this with Sterling, my friend. I'll get us
It'd be
all
awesome.
technically set up, and Tony, look forward to doing that with you, buddy. And I'm just so honored to have met you, and I think we're gonna do good with
Right.
this. I really do, bud.
I know we're going to do well, and we're going to, at worst, we're going to entertain people.
Exactly, we are, because we're both pretty damn good at what we do. You know.
Well, I mean, yeah, you are.
Well, you take good pictures too, buddy. All right, T. Hey, I'll be texting you
All
later
right.
today. Okay, buddy.
Yeah, great. Sounds good.
Thank you, Tony.
All love to everybody, and have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.
Thank you, Tony.
Hi, Tony.
All right.
I love that guy. I love that lot. Man, that's my boy. Lummy, that was the best score hookup ever.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, Lum.
Red Farm Trans Island Hall of Famer, $50 on the Venmo in Las Vegas, Mario.
Sorry we're so late to all our affiliates, but I got Tony Mandrich, man. I can go hours with that dude.
Spraying the ball again, stealing your radio innocence.
How do you feel about frontal male nudity?
Don't worry, he won't be gentle. Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Anyway, I was going to Ocala. We had to do this. We did this food review, Lummy. That was the Aki thing.
Yes.
Aki's like the most viral. Brian, are you even familiar with Aki?
No.
You're not?
Mm-mm.
Aki, Lummy, or Rhett, one of the two. How would you describe Aki? Like what Aki is?
He's a cook, more of a line cook, but he has some viral recipes. One of them being the Aki way, which is his staple, which is where he adds arugula, his special sauce, tomatoes, and then usually something deep fried on top of your sandwich.
And so, Brian, he had, like, during the COVID, his uncle had like a deli in New York, and this kick-ass kid named Aki.
I sent you a video, or like his YouTube.
Okay, thank you. Kind of had an idea of let me take over the grill here, and
sure.
And I'll just be funny and cook things up for people and have a couple slug lines and things like that. And I'm trying to get it to click. It won't.
Not going.
No, let me show you. Look at I go like that, and then I click on it, and I click on it again.
Oh.
And I click on it again. Look, click. Nothing locked up.
Here you go, baby.
Oh, Lummy just got faced.
It's just his shorts.
Lummy got faced. Lummy, what you sent didn't work, and what she sent potentially could work. Let me see.
Well, let's see.
Hold on here. Hold on, Lummy.
Don't want to speak too soon.
Nothing's working
here. Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
I resent just a link again.
Look on it. Here's your deal, right? Yep. Now watch. So, click.
Okay.
Nothing.
Well, maybe it's a
new
problem.
Maybe. Well, I mean,
like your computer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, probably. So anyway, let me know. Oh, hold on. They're all coming over here.
So we got like 7 windows of Aki open.
He's got 400.
Look.
There we go.
Hold on. So they all loaded up. They all load every one of these.
Every single one. There's like 87.
Oh, let me. Where's that?
Oh, they're all playing too.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
You ever been in a room full of Aki before?
That's not good. That was like a bad trip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't even know I don't even know what's going on. Where's that's coming from? I just got rid of all that. Now these are the pages that I have ready to go to talk, and I got a whole nother section over here, but I don't even know what's going on right now.
I think all those YouTube ones are playing because they all had the sound up.
I don't know where to find those. Oh, there they are.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Let me just. Should I just? But then see, it looks like I got some stuff over here that I want to look at. See?
Yeah.
Here we go. This is what we're gonna do. Watch this. Boom. We'll stop. Oh, is this that Mo guy?
Now we put it on the grill.
Never knew you needed sit out. How you doing?
Yeah. I don't even know I don't even know what's going on. Where's that's coming from? Wow. I just got rid of all that. Now these are the. If you've never done mushrooms before, I think we're audibly on mushrooms right now. I think we're on the spectrum. Brian, help me to tell me what we're doing right now. I don't know where to find those. Oh, there they are. Brian, let me just...
I got nothing.
I think Brian's
I got some
I'm
stuff over here that
baffled.
I want to look at, see?
Yeah.
Brian,
I got nothing.
when I turn to you, you're supposed to help me through. Is this that mode?
Now we put it on the grill.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't even know like where I don't even know what's going on. Where's that's coming from? Wow. I just got rid of all that. Now these are if you've never done mushrooms before, I think we're audibly on mushrooms right now. I think we're on the spectrum. Brian, help me to tell me what we're doing right now. I don't know where to find those. Oh, there they are. Brian, let me just...
I got nothing.
I think Brian's
I got some stuff over here that I want to look at, see?
Yeah.
Brian,
I got nothing.
when I turn to you, you're supposed to help.
I got nothing.
When I turn to you, you're supposed to help.
I got nothing.
When I turn to you, you're supposed to help.
I got nothing.
When I turn to you, you're supposed to help.
I got nothing.
When I turn to you, you're supposed to help.
Hello?
Power Pig.
Hello?
I think we made it.
It's me.
It's me.
It took me all of that to figure out what was happening, where it was coming from, which one of the 1 millionth pages I had open, because I was smashing the button too much, not letting it refresh quick enough. Then had to go back to the live feed that I had opened up on some other windows, try to find those, identify those, then take those down off of, because we were getting a reverb, vortex, deal. We were triple tracking Lummy.
So we're live now.
So now we should be. I think our mushroom trip just ended. Our audible mushroom trip just ended. Now, Brian, back to what I was going to say. And there is this guy named Aki, and there he is. And Aki has become a viral sensation. And what Aki does, he has this little deli in New York, and famous people now, because he's so famous. He's so famous that you got like Deion Sanders' kids and, just all kinds of influencers and people that are trying to go to this guy's deli for him to make them a sandwich called the Aki way. Now, what he does is he can either give you like his famous, Philly cheesesteak concoction, which is his standard sandwich, or you can bring your own ingredients and he'll make up the Aki way. I brought him Publix bread, a quarter pounder and a fish fillet from McDonald's, and told him I wanted a McDonald's surf and turf the Aki way.
On the carb-free mountain bread.
Oh, yeah, on the carb-free mountain bread, yes. And that's available on our YouTube if you'd like to go see it. But I'm trying to bite off this guy, and so what this guy does, Brian, is he is so successful and making so much money on his YouTube and on his TikTok and on his Insta. He's across multiple platforms with huge numbers, pulling in huge revenue. And now he has done this where he will go to a city. So right now, until he would do what they call these food pop-ups, the only way for you to go see this guy would be to go to his restaurant in New York.
Yeah, his little bodega he has.
And so now he goes and picks these cities and does pop-ups at these little mom-and-pop restaurants or bars. And they set up like this little tent outside with the grill and all. I mean, maybe you could,
I'm sending you
everything you send me, I might double track, triple track, yippee-yo track.
I sent you our short.
You sent our short?
Our short to you.
Okay, here we go. So, hold on, let me stop it. I gotta find, where's the volume at here? Let me.
Up top to the right. Yep.
There we go. So what he does, Brian, is he's been to Miami, he's been to Houston, he's been to Los Angeles, and he does these pop-ups for jobbers like me, viral content people that are looking for the Aki rub to go, and he has, Brian, I'm not kidding you, thousands of people show up because everybody thinks they're a content creator. everybody has their phone trying to create some kind of content for their stupid ass, 465 followers YouTube, right?
Yep.
Nobody wants to work. Everybody wants to create content.
And his sandwiches are good. Really good.
So here's mine. I am guilty of Alex Stein, when I liked him, called me up and said, hey, this Aki dude, and Alex knows the pulse of the internet better than I do. And what pop culturally is cool and viral. And so Alex Stein says, hey, you need to go. This Aki guy does food like these. He's a chef. He whips up food. It's called the Aki Way. And he's going to be in Tampa this Saturday at what's the bar called?
Ology.
At Ology Brewery off of Florida. And get there early because there's going to be a couple thousand people there trying to get sandwiches made by this guy. So I have Lummy go and befriend the owners of Ology to get us to the front of the line, being Bubba the Love Sponge, and us having some respect. I mean, we're nearly 100,000 on YouTube. We're starting to get a little flex, and we get moved to the front of the line. Like, we're one of the first 4 or 5 guys that he did, and here it is. But I also got, Brian, his con. Lummy, did I not call out his con?
Yes, you did.
Like, there's a con on this. See, we're not. Do you remember, Brian, when George Carlin said in his stand-up, there's about 10 or 15 families or people that run this entire world, and we're not one of them. You're never really going to be part of the make the decision crowd because they don't want you to be rich. They don't want you to make any money. They want to keep you down. Well, the content business is the same way. You have, if you don't have a certain threshold of flex in the content world with your numbers, then the big dudes won't put you over. Like, if you're beneath them, then they won't do their own standalone with you. And what Aki does is he turns the music up. He's got this music playing, like this rap music playing, and he turns it up so high that he can barely hear what you're saying. And if you try to use it, you'll get a copyright strike. So do you see what I'm saying, Brian?
Yeah.
So if you try to make content using him and put it on your place, that he's got the music up so high, and you don't you don't get anything other than him making you a sandwich.
You could always redub it though, right?
But so this is I had it better than anybody there. But he didn't make me a video that he used. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So here's what I got.
Tampa, happy birthday, my friend.
See, he's got the music up so loud so that anybody that's trying to record, 1, you can barely hear, but 2, you're going to get a copyright strike.
I want to get a McDonald's surf and turf on Publix Mountain Bread, and it's only going to go down my gullet one way. Aki style, my man. Yeah.
And I'm trying to play the gimmick,
Yeah, you're marking out.
I am. I'm marking out. I'm marking out for viral. I'm trying to go viral, bitch. I'm a viral bitch. I'm a viral slut. My legs are spread for viral. So I had Lummy there with the camera, and right there with the camera, most people don't roll up with 2 camera dudes.
And I was trying to block the speaker with my fat ass.
So I had Lummy put his... So hold on. Our game plan was, I was like, Lummy, go and put your butt against the speaker to try to drown it out the best you can.
Lummy's moves are taking on most of the sound waves.
Yep.
Jiggling.
Yeah, the speaker is literally right here, and Lummy is leaning against it. I'm trying to game the system.
Can't get your bag. Hold on. Never.
So I completely marked out. It's doing pretty well, on our various platforms. But when Aki does one, he has his film crew there, and this is how he really does them if he wants to take care of you. And Shador Sanders, Dion's son, let me find me that one. Yep. He went over, I think last week or 2 weeks, happened to be in New York. his guys probably called Aki's guys, told him who he was, and they completely rolled out the red carpet for him.
This young lady may help you today.
So look at how much different this is than his food pop-ups are.
Can I get the New York Post special the Aki way?
Sure. First we put the grilled chicken on the grill. Then we put the turkey bacon on the grill. Then you put the hash brown on the fryer. Now we slice up some pastrami. Now we put it on the grill. Now we put the beef patty on the grill. Now we put the cheese on top of everything. Now we put some mixed cheese on the beef patty. Now we put some spinach on top. Once everything is ready, now we put everything together. Once everything's ready, now we put it on top.
Put it on top of the paper.
Put the paper.
Then we wrap it up.
So wait.
Hold on. Watch out.
OMG.
And then he'll say, don't forget the Bev.
Don't forget the Bev. Never.
So,
now we
I sent
serve
you
it to the
the
So hold on
one.
now.
Real quick,
So
people
hold on.
watch this for fun, like voluntarily, hey, I'm going to sit around and watch this guy make a sandwich.
Brian.
Well, he makes it like you bring ingredients.
Brian.
And,
Yeah.
Brian.
Have you met me?
Brian.
Yeah.
This dude is. Hold on here.
Got almost millions of subscribers.
This dude is making millions of dollars.
I don't want to be a part of this world anymore.
Okay.
Like, I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done.
Well, a lot of your people have made this world this way. Okay?
My people?
Yes.
My people.
Yes,
You.
Yes.
Yes, you people.
Yes, you people. Now, listen, would we not agree?
Pasty white people.
Listen, would we not agree that you're at least the bluest and the leftist that we know? Of all the people that come on the air, who's the bluest and the leftist?
Brian.
I mean, without a doubt.
But
you
this
know that,
is
buddy.
not. I wasn't even aware of this guy. How is it?
So when you're really a big,
people.
when you're really a big time star like Shador Sanders, you call your people calls Aki's peoples, tell them that Shador is going to be in there, and then they give you this kind of treatment because Shador's got a ton of followers and he's famous. So Aki really puts it over for people that can give him a rub as much as he can give you a rub. But if you're just some radio personality that's floating around 100,000, that's not a big enough rub for you. So you get what I got. Now I got probably 90% better than what the 1,000 people behind me got. But if you're really, really VIP, then Aki gives you, this is the type of content Aki will give you.
Special, add the mac and cheese.
The Aki way.
Sure. All right, first you gotta put the burger on the grill.
And then he brings a celebrity.
Wow.
He brings the celebrity behind to do it with you.
Then we hit it with the onions. And what we do with the mozzarella sticks? Throw them in the fryer. Sure. Then we hit the garlic bread on the grill. You gotta put the cheese on the bread. Sure. Then we gotta hit the bacon on the grill. Then we chop it up. After we chop, hit it with the seasoning.
So, anyway, Brian.
Yeah.
This guy now has taken from being in his deli, so now he goes from city to city on the weekends, and thousands of people pay for him to make you a sandwich and for you to try to get some type of viral content. But he only provides really good viral content to really big creators. It's a big shakedown, man. It's a club that I'm trying to get into.
So let me ask you this: so your video, how much better is it performing than your average video?
You'd have to ask Rhett and Lummy that.
Rhett and Lummy, how much better is the Aki Bubba video performing versus any other video that Bubba makes?
Slightly.
Like slightly what? Like 3% better? I mean, what are we talking about here? What did the Aki rub get Bubba?
Well, hold on.
Well, if it was on his Instagram.
Hold on, Brian. Here's what we were hoping. That it would be, we would get a little bit more of a rub. We would get kind of like what the Shador Sanders guy got. And that then Aki tags you, puts it, and uses your content and the content you got and tags you. You either tag him or he tags you or you tag both on each other's video. And it just explodes because all of his people come over and watch your stuff. But We're not part of that club yet. We're not quite part of that club yet.
And it probably would have been easier if we had the accessibility to go see him in his own store, which a lot of these people do, because I'm sure he doesn't have a line of thousands of people waiting to, get his food.
Well, wasn't Anna just in New York?
Well, I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, I mean, stop, Brian. Just stop. just be happy with what we
Don't try to
got.
reverse the heat.
Quit trying to lay heat on my girl. Okay?
I'm not trying to lay heat. I'm just I don't like this. I don't get it. This drives
and we
me
don't
insane.
either. We got screwed.
But you're trying to get a part of it. You're trying to get into
Well, yeah,
it.
of course, Brian. Hold on, Brian. If I don't try to continue to digitally expand my brand, I'm done.
Brian, what business are we in?
Brian, we're in the show business, and show business has changed. You would be the first to agree that show business, for instance, when we were growing up, show business used to be one of three things: either the silver screen, TV, or cable. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now, would you not agree that
radio?
Okay, and radio.
I mean,
okay. Yeah. Okay. But would you not agree now that streaming is as important, if not maybe the biggest pie of all of that now?
Yeah.
Of all of that, silver screen, cable TV, radio, and regular TV.
I'd still say, yeah, movies are still the biggest way to get big bucks, but you're so limited in what can actually make money.
Right. And so, but streaming, Hulu, Amazon, Netflix, Paramount, every major network, Fox, every major network has a streaming arm, Disney. And that is probably the biggest pie of all. And we happen to be the only people, at least in this city, that's able to make, a living out of just our streaming numbers. So that requires us to go out and get content like this and try to create content.
I'm not hating the player. I'm hating the game. I'm hating the game. The game
sucks. I hate the game. I wish I had the $3.5 million Sirius XM contract where all I had to do was one radio show. Man, that ship has sailed, buddy. I'm over here, being a used car salesman on the stream. Hello.
Hey, Bubba.
Yeah.
Jeff Capucci.
Who?
Hey, Jeff Capucci.
Oh, hi, Jeff Capucci. Obviously, an inside radio. Let me. Nobody would know who Jeff Capucci. Nobody that didn't know radio very extensively wouldn't know who Jeff Capucci is. But nonetheless, hello, buddy.
Yeah, it's Booger. Hey, oh, by the way, Babyface. Everybody knows it's a bodega, not a bodega.
I didn't say the word. That was Lummy, buddy.
Yeah, I just said bodega.
Oh, was it? All right, Lummy.
Yeah,
I'm from Florida.
But nice try.
But nice try. I mean, nice try, buddy.
Yeah.
Try to listen to the show a little bit more correctly, okay? Jeff. Jeff Capucci.
Yeah, sorry about that, buddy.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I was just calling. I wonder if you got the book I sent you.
Well, what book was that?
The one from Bob, the New Haven police officer.
Yes, I did get that book, as a matter of fact. I did.
Okay, because I was on vacation and missed a few shows that I couldn't find on Rumble, so I didn't know if maybe you got it or not. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you for that.
But one more thing.
Yeah. Anna, can you send me the Marjorie Taylor Hunter Biden thing?
Mm-hmm.
Because during that vortex, I completely clicked out of it by mistake when I was trying to show Brian the Aki phenomenon that he's now sick to his stomach over. Yes, but Jeff Capuzzi, last question of the day. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, and this is why you're a genius, because I was just going to say, don't you wish you and I could get the Hunter Biden deal when it comes to taxes owed?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, I wish I could get that deal. Sure. All right, buddy. I appreciate.
All right, buddy. Appreciate the time.
Thank you, Jeff Capucci.
Wow, bring the show to a screeching halt.
Believe it or not,
absolutely not.
Everything you heard about him has been toned down for easier public acceptance. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Tell me, you have a month to get me to schedule with me and commandeer me back to the pond with a lawn chair, worms, and a cane pole with a bobber. And for us to sit down, maybe with like a case I'm sorry, like a little cooler between us, like kind of like we're old timers.
Oh yeah.
Did you get a Bubba Army straw hat?
Yes, I did.
Okay, well I got one, and we can wear our Bubba Army straw hats, and we can fish in our pond. And I'm giving you, I think this is more than ample time. I'm giving you exactly a month for you to organize that taping. And if you have not got, it doesn't have to be necessarily produced and available for public consumption by August 20th, but it has to be at least been taped by August 20th or you're fired.
Okay. No problem. We'll get done.
Is that shoot?
That's a shoot. Because I've been begging to try to catch a bluegill or whatever, a crappie or a snook or whatever we got back there. And Lummy swears to God that we have all types of fish back there. And I went over there and looked at it yesterday. I brought boy, I tell you though, the goats never used to like bananas, but now they love bananas.
Oh, they love bananas. They
fight over them.
They used to not like the peel.
Now they eat them all.
Yeah,
now it seems like they prefer the peel over the fruit inside.
Oh yeah, they
eat anything.
They don't eat anything. I mean, but
boy,
they love bananas now.
I'll tell you one thing, man. There's not a blade of grass they can eat. I mean, they're right. They have eaten everything back there. Poor little things.
Yeah,
but they're mean to me. They are so mean to me. They are
because you're mean to them.
Have you ever witnessed me being mean to them?
No, but you've told us about it.
No, I've not.
That's a show business.
Yeah, it's just for the show. Come on,
God, little mini,
learn how to work
little mini Brian over there.
Yeah, you little toothy bitch, trying to steal my smarmy splinter thunder.
I do got two things. As we are gearing up, I just gave my list of
Speaking of your list, I've
30.
got a parody for it. I got a parody all lined up for Carlos or whoever wants it.
What's that?
Because his name's not on your list. For JJ Charger.
You mean Hall & Oates?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kiss on your list?
Yeah, my Kiss. Yeah, your Kiss is on. Yeah. There you go.
I'm sure they'll be taking that and producing that soon.
I think it could be a decent one.
Right. But as we're talking about Hall of Fame inductees, candidates, BARP, people that have qualified, the festivities that will be part of BARP, we have kind of four things. We got the sex, the bisexual sex pile. That's how we start BARP with Brandon the Quad, who is a Hall of Fame candidate. Then we have the Tate's Pizza, thing, get together, and then we got Bubba 199, and then we have the ceremonies and the big party on Saturday at the studios. That's kind of the four things. I was thinking about maybe adding.
Oh my God.
Adding one other thing to the BARP festivities for those that would want to participate. Because getting like a sanctioned get together, they have an opportunity, the royalty, to rub elbows with us 3 times. Now, not all of us get to be part of part 1. That's just a Brandon the Quad and some, Caitlin Hatley with, Lucha Libre and not everybody gets to.
That.
So I was thinking about, for those that wanted to attempt to having a meet me at the Clem Gym Saturday at noon for a Bubba workout.
Oh, nice.
Anna, what do you think about that? Not everybody has to do it, but for anybody that would want to go through,
God,
a Bubba workout.
Imagine 60 people showing up.
Well, yeah.
Are you prepared for that?
We may have to do it.
They might show up. They may not work out, but they'll show up if you tell them that they can.
No. You've got to work out. Like, you just can't show up. Like, you got to show up in workout gear, shorts and a t-shirt, and you have to listen. Like, it was just an idea. All right, I won't do it.
I mean, you can. I'm worried that when it happens, you're not going to be happy about it.
What about a party, like a big party at Dan's mansion for all the royalty?
What do you mean?
Like, have everybody over at his house,
like a pool party?
Like a pool party.
Oh, the Dan's The Dr. Dan's pool party?
Yeah.
I bet Dr. Dan's happy you're just bringing him
I'm just
on
saying, he's so loyal to the show, there's no way he would say no.
Yeah, but all
Really
the Bubba
trying to
Army
throw Dan under the bus here.
traipsing over there. And
Romina will love that.
Oh, and
ruin his marriage.
And the beer bottles and the weed and just everything. Would you let me just ask you this question, Brian, and you be honest. Would you want the Bubba Army coming to your house and having a pool party?
If I had a house like Dan's, absolutely.
Liar.
Absolutely, 100%. If I had, first of all,
you would have to move out your entire family in order to deal with the drama.
No, you get good security. You have you set some ground rules. I think people would be respectful. I don't think they're going to, there would be a few that would pass out immediately. But other than those,
how about the liability?
You have everybody sign a waiver. He's a doctor and a lawyer. I'm sure he can come up with a great waiver.
All right, so Lummy, I was thinking about adding some.
Listen,
Anna, I'm just trying to give more added value.
Bubba, you can absolutely do it.
Hold on, I'm trying to add added value to our event.
I know what you're trying to do. Do it. There ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying that, you got to think about it. You're going to do something have a show on Thursday, do something Thursday night. Have a show Friday morning, do something Friday night, probably late into the evening, and then get up and then work out with all these people and be on again to then go home for a couple hours and then have Barb. I don't know. You could do it.
You're probably right.
You ain't going to be happy about it.
You know what? You're probably right. I think the Dan... Now, does the Dan pool party, is it the hungover Sunday pool party?
I think that's the best time to have it.
Is it the hungover Sunday pool party, or is it the Saturday pre-barp? I think you're right, Brian. It's the Sunday hungover pool party.
Because that'll eliminate some people from coming, and people won't be going that hard. It'll be more chill. You get a nice DJ there, maybe DJ Hummel.
No, I want her. Not that I don't want you to DJ, Anna. I would rather you enjoy yourself and not work. I'd rather just pipe in some music.
Then we'll get T-Quest.
Yes, I could. Or we could Anna could build me a really kick-ass, music playlist, and we could just bring our outdoor sound system and play it through that, and nobody have to worry about it.
Do you think it might be a little cold for a pool party, or?
Oh, you know what? You're right.
Because it's probably gonna be. It's like the 2 days of winter.
Breaking news. Yeah, you're right. It's the second weekend of January. You're right. But you know what? I
saved you, Dan.
I think Dan's pool is heated.
Yeah, there you go. Problem solved.
Sorry, Dan. I tried.
Dr. Dan's rehab. We can call it. It'll be rehab. Oh yeah.
Oh,
and
dude,
rehab is a Vegas
could literally
pool party.
Hold on, though. He's a doctor. We could have an IV bar set up for everybody to, get rehydrated. It could be a whole thing.
Yeah, let's bring needles.
He could get you on
this.
Ozempic. He could get you Botox. You could do the Morpheus machine right there. It could be an outdoor spa.
Give free law advice.
Absolutely, it could be a rehab spa pool day.
All right, so I'm thinking about trying to add another get-together to give you yet another opportunity to hang out with us during BARP. Right now, it's looking like maybe potentially a Clem Gym deal or a Dr. Dan hungover rehab Sunday pool party if Dan's pool is heated.
Yeah.
Maybe we should talk to Dan before we start making all these plans.
Dan's going to be in here tomorrow.
Dan's got the strap. He's the number. He's so over. There's no way he says no to this.
And I don't even know that Lummy is the most popular. Dan might be. Realistically, I say Lummy's the most popular, but it might be Dan. Hello. Who's this?
Babyface is a dick. Hello, can you hear me?
I hear you. Hello.
Hey, wine time at Diaco Palace sounds interesting, but I'm more interested in the hookup at the dollhouse that you were talking about.
So
there you go. Nice work, Scout.
Now we're talking.
No, hold on. Here's the other thing. I have made arrangements. It's locked in. Hold on.
I don't even know about this.
You know you don't. I've made arrangements with Billy Bullers and Warren from the dollhouse that each person that attends BARP will be given 2 tickets to get in to free admission tickets to the dollhouse, which I think is I think they charge $20 to get in
the night of BARP.
No,
weekend?
any 2 tickets.
Okay.
Any 2 nights you'd want to go.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you and a +1 or something.
No, your plus. I'll give you your +1 would be maybe your second ticket. But since like Scout and Big Gulp don't have +1s, they both would get 2 tickets.
I'm usually so messed up. I know that there's a cover there, but I couldn't tell you because when I roll over there,
I know that Wizzy's going to want to. Wizzy goes there. You go there. Wizzy goes there. Landers goes there. Cable Dog goes there. Brian from Philly goes there. Greg and Amy go there. Kenny Priz goes there. So part of when I see you Thursday at Tate's or Friday at $199, I will hand you your 2 tickets that are good for admission into the Dollhouse. So that's an addition. Now, would you like? What do you think about the Sunday dance pool party?
We would go to something like that. I mean, honestly, I would pass on the gym because I'll probably be too hungover, and that's not my scene.
Yeah.
Although I wouldn't mind coming and watching the ladies, work out, but I don't want to be that much of a perv. I try to maintain.
Like watching, Maria Guatemala, Merch Crick, and
Two
Anna.
bad girls,
Anna,
good girls, yeah.
And Anna do
I got
bad
a
girl,
strong back.
bad girl, good girl with a deep squat backside Willie, the deadlift chaser. Big old donkey hanging out there.
You know what? I will be there. Yeah, I will.
All
be
right.
there.
Well, listen.
Count me in.
Hey, so appreciate you and thank you for your input, Scout.
Anytime,
hold on, Scout. Where do we stand?
That?
I got to get going. I'm running a little bit late. Where do we stand with Penny?
She spent a little time in the hospital last week.
Oh no.
Well, I'll when we're good, I'll send you a note and I'll tell you to look for a call for her. It's coming. I'll give you a heads up, but it's going to be a little bit.
All right, but she did get the kangaroo/rabbit Willie.
Yes.
Okay, and when she's in better shape or feeling better, she will maybe probably try to use it for me, then give me a book report, but that could be a while. Yes? No?
Yes, that's where we're sitting right now.
Perfect. All right, Scout. Love you.
Love you.
Lummy got to go to words, and when I come back, I'll talk about this. Florida jury awards an 8-year-old girl $800,000 after she got second-degree burns from a McDonald's chicken nugget.
Sign me up.
We all see that.
Let me get me some nuggets and make them extra hot.
Bubba style.
And then throw them on my face.
They burn my crotch.
Then throw them on my face. If the little girl got $800,000 for her thigh, can you imagine what she could get from my fat face? A lot.
Oh yeah.
I'll talk about that next.
It's quite painful to listen.
Children love
Bubba the Love Sponge.
the perfect combination of entertainment and education.
Yes, it's quite painful to listen until the medication kicks in. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Action!
Bubba.
Yeah. Busy.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Dr. Dan,
Yeah.
can you help me out?
Dan.
Sure.
Over to you, Dan.
I'm here.
Now, look, the old lady is going through some massive, I guess,
Sir?
when
Sir?
it's her.
Sir?
Yes?
Are you talking about your wife?
Are you,
when you say the old lady, are you talking about your wife?
And maybe.
All right. Can I ask a favor?
Yeah.
And that you refer to her as your wife. I think it's just so trashy to call your girl your old lady. Like, to me, that's biker.
The old ball and chain.
That's biker. Like, just
Understood completely.
So if you could just do that for me, and
nevertheless-
you know what? I'm not like Johnny, a women's right activist over here either.
I know, and I know where I'm calling. But,
Yeah.
but okay,
I just out of respect to women, and they don't want to be called your old lady.
Okay, out of respect and this, that, and the other. But menopause.
Right.
Why is it supposed to be this crazy?
Sir, are you saying your wife's going through menopause and she's absolutely turned into a monster?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Like, can you tell me some examples? Like you're just sitting there watching the game, and next thing you know, she'll just call you a no good mother effer and attack you with a butcher knife like Glenn Close?
Oh, jeez.
Well, not. Yeah.
Can you
not
give?
that
Does she
far,
like
but
when you call her your
pretty
old
close.
lady?
Yeah. Well, first of all,
Yeah, maybe
you
the
come-
problem
No,
is
I
you.
mean, but we got our jive. We got our little jive between us. I mean, we know each other. We've been together for many a year.
All right. So
Like,
give me an
it's not
example.
like insulting.
All right, we'll get past
Like-
that. Listen, stop. We'll get past that. That doesn't mean nothing. Well, give me an example. First of all, how old is she? No names mentioned or anything like that. Just give me an age.
53.
53 years old. Okay. And is she still kept in shape pretty good? And do you still want to have sex with her and stuff?
I do.
See, listen, I'm Dan's
I do.
intake nurse here, okay?
Yeah,
I'm
he screens the
Yeah, I'm
patients.
screening the patient, and then I'll throw it over to the doctor, okay? That's where we're going with this. So
No, absolutely.
Doc,
I
you
completely agree
you
with that,
don't
sir.
need to be busy with. You need to know this data, but you need to have to run through it. You're a doctor,
Right, you can do it way more efficiently.
You're right.
Present it to me in 30 seconds.
I'll try to give you a very thorough presentation.
Okay, I'll let you
so
take the intake.
maybe even some stuff you wouldn't even think of. So first of all, we got a 53-year-old female, right? And you've been
Yes,
with her for how long, sir?
20, almost 2.
22 years. Okay. And any children involved?
2. Yep.
2 children. And what are those ages?
I have a 21 and a 12. They're both mine, but I'm military, so I had to kind of work with it and all that, and they are both mine.
Well, now, hold on. When you say I'm military, I had to work with it a little bit.
You didn't initially
Did she leave her light on when
That
you were
was based
gone?
on rank deploy. I was deployed during the whole, Iraqi, Afghanistan. I was just gone all the time.
Hold on. What I'm saying is those are your 2 children.
Yes.
And you don't have any other children by like some Vietnamese girl that you over there fighting a war or something.
Vietnamese in Iraq.
Not that I'm aware of.
Right. So you're like that. That's not the issue we talk about. What we're talking about here is probably you've been gone for long periods of time, and you've not been able to, be the dad, husband, or father necessarily, the conventional guy who's home every night or something like that. So you've been somewhat.
I'm going to say yes with the conventional thing. The conventional thing.
Well, I'm going to say you've been gone for long periods of time.
But like when it was time, to be home, I took full advantage of it.
No, sir.
Really,
Sir. I'm not trying to insinuate that while you were not deployed, you were absent. I'm saying that when you were doing your job as a military man for our country, there were long periods of time that you were away from the home doing your job.
Yep, 100%.
I'm not insinuating that once you got home, you were at the bar every night. I'm saying that, while you were working, supporting your family, doing what everybody knew you'd signed up to do, you were gone for long periods of time, and that tends to make, one, the wife mad. 2, it's very tough on her because she has to do everything.
I think that's why he was stressing that the kids were his, because he had a feeling that you might question the paternity of the children.
So the kids are
I know who I'm dealing with.
Okay, so
I've been listening to
exactly.
All right. So 22 years. And now, do you bona fidely, and you've done some, you've been gone for long periods of time. I can understand where she would resent you, and that in conjunction with, she's going through some very, a very much a bombarding of hormonal activity, as that's what happens when women go through menopause. Like their hormones literally just become unglued, and
a lot of times they file for divorce around this time.
They're batshit. Whoops, sorry. Baby. They're bat crap crazy 1 minute, the next minute they love you and want to have sex for long periods of time.
There's none of that. It's just absolute bat crap.
So you guys have been together 22 years. She's fit now. She stayed in shape. Because just a couple questions Dan needs to figure in.
No, I understand. I completely get you.
That's a no. He's
a little bit.
She's hesitating a lot.
All right, hold on.
He's thinking in the event that she might be listening.
I mean, much better than I think.
But
it's a no.
Two kids. She's 53. She got a little bit. She got a little thick. She got a little thick on you.
Chub. I like a little chub. A little chub's okay. I mean,
I know, but is she chub? Is she chubbed up to where you can still get a bone?
No, not like that. Not like that.
No. What I'm saying is, are you still attracted to her? Can you still get a boner on her?
I would definitely smush anytime, anywhere, but she don't feel the same way.
No, I'm not trying to ask. We're not analyzing her.
Yes, I'm talking about what you said. I don't want to misspeak on the radio.
Dan is going to Dan's going to be her here in a minute as he gives you his diagnosis and what he thinks is wrong with her. But I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about you. Are you still sexually attracted to your wife?
Yes.
And do you still want to, if she would, no, this isn't about what but if she would let you, you'd blast her a lot.
Yes, but I would just like the fact that she would even approach me with that.
I understand
and I don't
that.
Even get that.
That's part of the problem, numbnuts. I'm just trying to. I'm only filling out your chart. I'm only filling out your chart right now, not hers. Dan's gonna be her chart here in a minute. So, how old are you? And I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm going to hand this case over to Dan.
43.
All right.
43. 10 years apart. 43.
Oh, so.
Hold on. You got married when you were, what, 21, and she was 31?
Oh, well, going right on 20.
And she was 10 years older than you.
Nice.
29. It was like
see, that's
29.
cool. But see, Dan,
That's
that's
odd,
now,
but
sir,
cool.
I will tell you this, and every man will back me up. That's cool.
I'm listening.
That's cool when you're. That's cool for about 15 years.
I know it was cool as
For
shit.
about 6 months.
That's cool.
Hey.
That's cool till you're about.
Did you dump that, Bubba?
Oh, who said
He
what?
did.
He did.
Listen, loser. You're the one calling me for advice on your possible wife. So if stop saying bad words, okay?
I didn't say anything bad.
All right. So anyway,
I didn't say anything bad.
Okay.
Whatever.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
All right. Whatever.
I don't think he thinks it's a bad word. I don't think he realizes you can't say the S word.
Yeah, you can't say.
Even though Bubba did, you can't.
You gotta.
I apologize for that.
That's all good. We're still on the radio.
We're still on the air. I dumped it. You just call it. You just say call that poop. Poop. I don't give a poop. Anyway. So anyway, sir, when you were 20, were blasting this hot MILF, but when she turns 40 and you turn 30, that ain't as cool as it was when you were, when she was a seasoned,
I know, but I didn't know no
seasoned
better
veteran.
back then.
All right, so know that.
So you regret it?
So she's 52.
No.
She doesn't want to have. Now, how about yourself, sir? Have you let yourself go a little bit?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I have.
Okay.
I have.
Okay.
But I can get back there.
No. We're not in the getting back business. We're talking about today's business.
Like how tall? How much you weigh?
Be honest.
5'10". I'm probably 215. I'm out of it. I'm not doing good.
Well, 5'10", 215 isn't that.
Yeah, add 30 pounds.
Yeah, but I'm sloppy though. But I'm sloppy. You know what I'm saying?
5'10", let's call it 225 and sloppy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't worry. So now, hold on now. And so she probably has physically fallen. Like she probably thinks you're disgusting. I mean, Dan can break this down 45 different ways a Sunday, what may be going through her. But I'm just telling you, as a man, I mean, you've let yourself go. She doesn't want some slob on top of her. She wants to get blasted by somebody she still finds somewhat attractive.
I completely agree, but I mean, financially, I'm pretty sound, and
it doesn't matter.
That takes 50 pounds off, man.
Yeah, it does actually.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying you're saying you've taken me of all people. So you're saying
you had to have a plane.
Please. My God, I had to have a plane.
No, I don't have a plane. I don't have a plane.
I was 500 pounds, blasting tins.
At 215, you don't need a plane. You just need a decent paycheck and a car that drives.
At 488, man. At 488, I needed a plane and a mansion and the #1 rated show in Tampa.
Through
so anyway, listen,
20 years.
Diamond Rolex.
I accepted what I've done, and I'm cool with it. But I went through 20 years. I retired from the military.
Now hold on.
20 years of eating stuff and all this, that, and the other. And
listen, desperate.
I worked hard.
Desperate Donnie. Just chill out a little
family
bit.
and all that stuff.
Hey, hold on.
And
stop. Okay. I'm gonna break this down if you shut up. I got it all. I got it. Jesus.
I'm listening.
Here's the bottom line, man. You need to just go up to her. Well, maybe go out for dinner or plan something. And say and have dinner or lunch or something with her where it's just you and her, and you just say, hey, what's going on between us? I know that you may be going through some hormonal issues, and I appreciate that, but All right, do you not want to have sex? Sex is a major part of a relationship. I've been married to you for 22 years, and you have zero interest in blasting me. I want to blast you all the time, but we never get a blast, and it's really, what's going on? Is there somebody else? Do I not do it for you? Is it what? Tell me, because I can't. I'm gummed up. I'm itching for a blasting.
I'm gummed. Bubba.
So, right, Dan? The bottom line, that's kind of, he needs to just have that conversation.
A lot of narcissism in it. And maybe I'm wrong in that, but maybe I've dug too far down the rabbit hole, but there's a lot of narcissistic traits that.
From who? You or her?
Her, he's saying.
From her.
Oh, well, then that means she's cheating. I can just tell you that right now.
Oh, no.
If she's hold on.
Sounds like she's not interested in sex. You know what I'd love?
Hold on.
You know what I'd love if you were to be like, look.
Stop.
No, listen. Just
Dan will tell you,
please.
when your girl gets cocky, gets cocky and narcissistic
at 55,
at 52, at 52,
I know, but just
she's all of a sudden all of that, and she's got all this swag. It's because she's blasting her spin instructor. Believe me, I know. I'm just telling you.
But the thing is, Bubba, is just tell me. Just I won't like it.
She's blasting.
I won't like it. I won't like it at all.
No, I know. He wants her to tell him.
At least if you're like, you know what, dude, you're a loser. Get out of here.
Okay, but that starts with a conversation.
I'm here.
Right, Dan?
I'm just like.
That starts with. Hold on. Desperate Donnie, hold on. Your wife's blasting somebody besides yourself. She's got all this swag and all this narcissistic, these traits, and she's cocky and she's arrogant because she's blasting somebody else, and that starts and stops with you and having we don't have to break down to whether she's going through menopause or anything like.
No, I think that matters.
You got to have a conversation with her. You got to say,
you definitely have to communicate.
Listen, cheating Carol.
What do you mean you can't? What does that mean?
Well, if you can't communicate, then just go find her phone and you'll nip this thing in the bud a lot faster than you think you will.
Well,
I wouldn't do that either.
Yeah,
but
I'm not suggesting.
I'll tell you what it means. It means if I bring up anything that is crucial or questionable, it goes insanity.
Well, no,
there's no. That's
called turning the heat. That's called turning the heat around.
Well, how are you
anytime
exactly?
What are you?
If I turn the heat,
why is it the fat makes you want to have sex with me?
I'll go to prison.
Hold on. I'm gonna be cheating.
Not that I would do anything bad. It's like,
listen to me. I want you to emulate or give me an example of an exchange that you two would have.
I'll
be you.
Beanie.
And I'll be you. I'll be Desperate Donnie, and you be Cheating Carol. Okay. All right. Hey.
Okay.
Hey, honey.
I don't roll that way. I'm pretty upfront. But anyway, go ahead, please.
All right. Listen, I am so frustrated with what how I feel about our relationship, and we're pretty much sexless. I feel like we're just roommates.
What do you mean? This is all your fault? What's wrong with you?
Well, how's it my fault?
This is your fault. Are you stupid?
Well,
you don't know. You don't understand. This is the way you don't know what you're doing. You don't make me feel good.
I know that I'm very horny and that I'm very attracted to you, or I wouldn't have been with you for 22 years. And I love you so very much, and I'd like to have some affection.
You just care about yourself. That's what you care about. You care about yourself.
She tells you don't know what you're doing?
Listen.
Are you a selfish lover, sir?
I don't think he's an Oscar award-winning actor.
If you're being genuine as to that's what she's saying to you,
there's another guy.
Then you got to get just.
Nah.
Drive down to Miami, stop on Alligator Alley, slow down, kick her ass out of the car, and keep driving.
Dan, you're
bye-bye.
Is that Dr. Dan?
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
I love that Dr. Dan, man. He's a cool dude.
Dan said drop her off in the Evergreen.
Yeah.
That's not the advice that the Bubba Radio Network's going with.
In the summer heat, yes, with a thimble of water.
Hold on, Lummy, go ahead.
Can we see if we can call her and get to the bottom of it?
Yeah, I mean,
this is War of the Roses right now.
No.
This is real War of the Roses.
We got a bouquet of flowers.
We're not going to the Roses.
Hey, just like
that would never happen.
Just like Henry and Yvette.
You want me to be dead?
Now, sir, so
no
you're
way.
you're
afraid
of this woman?
I guess you. I mean, yeah.
Listen, sir. There's no cure for being a bitch. There's no advice I can give you or Dan give you for being just a flat out bitch. You're just a bitch. You're a bitch.
Okay, look, Bubba. Okay.
No, like,
look,
dog,
Bubba.
like I know.
Yeah,
I mean, hold on. I know that we're your favorite show,
Look, bro,
and I know.
I
conversation.
hung hard
MJ?
in
This is MJ?
Iraq.
Listen, buddy.
And a lot of missions and all that stuff.
Listen.
Maybe in certain areas of my life I am, but
okay, listen.
I held it down pretty hard.
Listen, buddy.
In my life.
This is your favorite radio
So,
show.
this is
tough love.
I know it's your show.
This is tough
but,
love. What I'm saying to you.
In certain areas of my life, I will claim
Donnie.
to be that.
Just let me say
but
something.
I'm going to tell you what right now, man. I just don't want to lose my lady, and I don't know how to do it.
But you're being a bitch, and she's not attracted to bitches. She wants a man. She doesn't want a bitch. She wants a man to step up to this morning during breakfast and say, listen, Cheating Carol, what the hell's going on? I want to know. Instead of this, oh, I'm so afraid of her. Oh my God, I would say that to her, I'd be dead. No, bitch, stop being a little bitch. This is important. This is your wife. This is your wife. This is your marriage. This is every fiber of your man being. You little bitch. So act like a man and stop letting her run your life and being afraid of her. Come on.
Why did you assume it was menopause? Did she tell you that?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean,
she's in her
look,
50s.
doctor, I mean, I've just looked at the signs, and I know this is wrong, but online and everything, just constantly bleeding
she didn't
and
tell you that
hot and cold,
Yeah.
and
There's
this and that and the other thing, and complaining all the time. I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Because you're a bitch. I'm sorry, Dan, go over. I just can't. I mean, Dan, it starts and stops. Hold on. This whole thing, Dan, either fixes itself or you have a better understanding as to what's going on if you just have a conversation with her. A lot of these questions get answered if you just step up.
The conversation, man, I cannot approach the conversation. Like, the conversation blows up, like, super quick. Like, it can't be, like, it's not going to be the logical conversation.
You're going to have to make it worth your time.
Bubba, you see how he just flipped. You just said, you're a bitch, and he goes, yeah, you're right, which is probably what he does with his wife. She can back him down pretty easy and have him change his mind.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, buddy.
Sounds like you're Stockholmed, man.
Listen, I gotta I gotta get going here because this could go. Hold on, shut up. This could go on.
I got you.
Hold on,
but thank you for your time.
No, hold on, easy. Don't be a bitch when you talk to me.
Oh, now he's like Rhett.
Just stay here on the phone and let's talk this out. Don't be a little bitch and just automatically just lay down.
All right, then tell me what's up.
Here's what I'm telling you. What's up? God. I'm your favorite show, and it's tough love. I don't want to be saying and being disrespectful to you. You're Bubba Army. I don't want to be saying what I'm saying to you for shock value, just so that people think that this is funny or whatever. And I want to thoroughly help you because I care about you. And it's tough to tell somebody that listens to your show loyally and is a great listener. Like, this goes against every grain of talk show, etiquette or rules as a talk show host. Like, you never get your listener on the air and belittle him and tell him, you call him a little bitch, and like, you never do that. You're not supposed to be mean to your people. But I'm not trying to be mean to you. I'm trying to be very, very honest with you, sir. And the bottom line is, you got to have a conversation with her. And if you're afraid to have a conversation with her, asking some of the just simplest of questions, then you're acting like a bitch. And maybe there's nobody in your life that will tell you that except me. And I hope you're not mad at me, but you're being not a little bit. If you don't have the balls to ask your wife just a couple questions, honey, do you still love me? Do you still want to have sex with me?
That's what I'm saying.
Why are we not having sex? Are you seeing somebody else? What can you give me some direction as to why this is happening, and make it all about sex? Just say, because that's what at the end of the day the biggest issue is, and that cuts through all the crap right there. Just go right. Don't get into the dinners and the dates.
Brother, it's more
the
than
dinners
just
and the
sex.
dates matter to her.
Appreciation, just like basic appreciation, and then sex is very important too. But
she talks down to you like a dog. Like, she runs the show. That means when you let a woman talk down to you like a dog, that equals. I mean, even the slowest know this. Lummy, what does that equal?
You're a dog.
No,
you're a bitch.
No, Jesus.
Well, you said a dog. You treat her like a dog. Sorry.
If she treats you like a dog, then you're acting like a
bitch.
Did you mess up on the first one?
Yes. I'll take it. I mean, hey, that's why I called in. I appreciate.
I threw you a softball.
I appreciate the cold hard truth,
and you missed it. Let me give yourself a minus, sir. How about this? One, you're not going to do it. I know it. You're not going to. I mean, you're just not. You're not going to do it.
Well, no, you don't understand.
The path of least
resistance. I can go in there and say this. I can say this, and it's just going to blow up and be like, yeah, you're wrong. It's
well,
like
then guess what?
Insanity.
Then you have to be a little bit educated and put two and two together and realize that there's something going on around here. And do you want to live? Do you want to live the latter part of your life like that? When you could be out,
no, I don't.
when you could either be out one slaying some ass, well maybe not because you're a soft little bitch, but two, get somebody that will at least appreciate you. Appreciate you as a man. Who wants to live like that? Nobody wants to live like that. That if you ask simple questions, she just turns into a real bitch.
It's horrible, but it's just
at the end of the day, she's guess what? Newsflash. There's only one bitch
Bubba,
in the family.
Biggest thing, man, the
bigger than you.
Is
her.
My 12-year-old son, man. I do not want him to be.
Yeah, but he sees this.
Bitch.
He sees this.
Daddy being a little bitch.
I know that. No. My boy is.
All right. Can I ask a few follow-up questions as the resident psychologist?
Absolutely. Anna, please.
I'd love to have your perspective on this because I think I've laid it all out. I think we know what we're doing.
When did her behavior start to shift, or was it always kind of like this and now it's just worse?
It started a couple years ago. 53, about 50. It started kicking in, and more and more.
Do you even know if she is officially going through menopause, or you're just assuming that? Because I have a feeling you guys don't talk about much.
Oh, no. We talk about it a lot, but I mean,
has she been I'm going through menopause?
Has she been to the gynecologist and they've
they said pre. They said the pre deal.
Okay, well, she probably needs to go on some HRT.
I don't know all this stuff.
Because that's a big thing, and a lot of women don't do that, and they run into a lot of problems. Men take TRT. Women need to be on HRT.
Well, I mean, she don't need nothing because she said so. She doesn't need.
Okay, well, what you need to do is you need to approach her and go, listen, we got to go to couples therapy, or why are we married?
He said no. She won't.
Well, then you walk away, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. You want to live the rest of your life like this?
Back to my original thoughts on. I know you sliced it up as a girl, but it was just the same thing I'm trying to tell him.
Right.
Quit being a bitch and get the hell out of there.
No.
Quit being a bitch and get the hell out of there. That's the official diagnosis.
Well, look at it like this. Stop thinking that you would have wasted 20 years and that you're going to waste the next 40 years of your life. You want to waste the next 40? No. So walk away if it's not working.
Yeah.
Can I chime in?
Yeah, please, as a doctor.
Please, doctor.
All right. So there are several things here. There's like this interpersonal.
Look at Dan. Comes in Johnny Cool.
There's this interpersonal perspective.
I almost need some spaghetti western music right now. Let me.
Tumbleweed.
Go ahead, Dan.
There's the physiological and the psychological parts of this, and so the physiological parts. Yes, she's probably having some hormone imbalance. Yes, she would probably benefit from some hormone replacement therapy. The HRT that Anna referred to. She may even respond well to a little bit of estrogen cream in her vagina to get it better. She may even respond to the Diva. Tighter, wetter, better. We can rejuvenate that vagina.
For your business?
We can rejuvenate that vagina. But if she's resistant to all that, then we have to look at also the interpersonal.
4H
Diacos. 888 Diacos.
Anyway, sorry, Dan, for the gun.
Thank you. And the other part is if she's resistant to the therapy and she's actually going through menopause.
4H Diacos.
Yes, we can help her, but she can help herself, and she'll be less of an a-hole if she is taking the medicine. Because I remember one of the funniest things was that 70s show when Red Foreman was like, I wish they could make a pill for this. They do make a pill for this. For menopause, for the psychotic menopause woman, and replacing that hormones that are deficient makes a huge difference on a woman's perspective on life and marriage. However, Bubba's dead on. She may be banging somebody else.
It is what it is. Hey, doctor, sir, I really do appreciate that.
But wait, I'm not done.
Thank you.
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
Hold on.
If you want to be really strategic, the way to really get this girl to go cray-cray is that you need to get your silly ass in shape. You need to get like some color in your hair, lose 30 pounds, maybe get on the Ozempic. What's the number? 4-H.
No, I don't need that.
The hell you don't? You're fat, sloppy, you're being a little bitch.
Dude,
be a man, and she'll be attracted to you. She's going to be attracted to a little jellyfish that's just sitting there. It's like, just float this way because the wind's blowing this way. Or I'm going to go into water because the sun's too hot. Or I'm just going to just sit here and just kind of hang around and float next to you because I'm just floating through life next to you. So either fix the problem with her or fix the problem with you and become an attractive man that says, oh my God, wow, he's lost 30 pounds. He's getting muscular. His dong is hard all the time. And his hair looks better. Maybe he's effing somebody. Maybe I need to pay more attention to him. And all of a sudden, that crazy bitch starts looking at you again the way you want to be looked at, like when you were a 30-year-old stud.
But now you got you a hot 39. Now you got you a hot 39-year-old.
The end all be all is if there was any negligence,
negligence.
I can't deal with
negligent. Either she's suffering from a medical condition,
I can't
or
have
she's
that.
torturing you.
Sir, I'm gonna have to step in and say, I gotta step in and just say, listen, you are inconsolable. Like, you will not listen to anything. Everything is an excuse. You're afraid to talk to her.
He's more afraid of his wife than the Taliban.
I find
You've been to Afghanistan, bro. What the hell?
I'll take K-47s. All she has is a sharp tongue.
Here's the deal, man. I find you making more excuses for her than she makes for herself. Everything we everything we send to you, you automatically have, an excuse for her. The bottom line is, you know what? Get yourself better. Get yourself in shape and have a conversation with her. And if you and if she wants to keep being a bitch and don't want to start giving you the weekly amounts of ass that you need to make your marriage work, then dump the bitch and go get you a young one, because now you're hotter, you look better, you got some swagger, you're not some beaten down little puppy dog like you are now. My God, you should hear yourself on the radio. I hope that you have some way to replay this in one way, shape, or form.
Oh, it'll be on YouTube. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you need to go to YouTube and download Bubba and Dan Analyze a Bitch segment. Some guy calls Bubba Army has to tell a listener he's being a little bitch. Tough love. Go back and listen to the segment and listen to how much of a little bitch you are.
Yeah. Thanks for your service, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you for shooting down the bad guys. And I know that you got PTSD, but my God, it starts. Do you have just 1 ml of testosterone in your body?
Your testicle shot off, did you?
My God.
Did you get a Purple Heart for that?
I mean, do you still grow hair? Does your wiener still get hard? Are you a man?
Well, lose 30, get tan. Get muscular.
Start pumping,
and look in other ways, and all of a sudden, that crazy woman that you're so distraught over will start paying more attention to you.
Don't forget the teeth whitener.
And she needs
teeth whitener.
Teeth whitener.
You say get a pan, get your hair done, get some muscles,
shave your testes,
and then get your teeth whitened. You make sure your teeth whitened. Get your teeth whitened.
Brush your teeth.
Get a tan, get your hair all did up.
Get your colonoscopy.
Lose 25 pounds, turn that into muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe get a penis pump that thing on it right up.
Exactly, add a half an inch.
And then when she said, hey, listen, you want some of this action? No, I don't. Okay, fine, because I'm going down to the Dallas Bowl to find me a hot 39-year-old MILF bitch
that
wants to ride this goddamn cowboy.
Yep.
It's my first one of the day.
Or
you can sit there and say, I'm afraid of my wife. She I don't know what to do.
Do you have those little stick figure family on the back of your car?
You can be a little bitch until they put you in a casket and bury you 6 foot deep. Mm-hmm. And they'll say, here lies a little bitch. Sorry, sir. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah.
Have a good day. I got to go. I must clear the line. See, I'm way late on this segment. Sir, go back on YouTube and listen to our advice and follow it. And you can change your life. Or you can just be a little bitch. Because right now, as of this very second, you ain't nothing but a little bitch.
His wife thinks he's a bitch. His favorite radio show just called him a bitch. I mean, that guy's...
Why bother with broadcasting excellence when you can have broadcasting decadence instead? The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.